yet. They chose their king, their power was met, but we don't answer to Ottawa yet. No crown gave us what we've earned, just dirt and fire and lessons learned. Now the ground it shakes, the steel it groans, and Alberta walks alone. We ride sovereign steel through fire, through frost. We ain't the last, we're the line they lost. Alberta stands, never on its knees. A nation born in the forge of the free. From the rigs to the rails, the crops to the code, we lit their streets, we bore their load. They laughed at pride, they mocked the West, but freedom don't die, it just waits for the test. The cowboys ride, the farmers rise, 5 million strong under open skies. No leash, no lie, no foreign throne. This land is steel and it stands alone. We ride sovereign steel through fire, through frost. We ain't the last, we're the line they lost. Alberta stands, never on its knees. A nation born in the forge of the free. Kill the mountain, can't drown the plain, can't burn the spirit that won't be chained. He stares down east with a calloused hand and says, this time we draw the line in the land. We ride sovereign steel through fire, through frost. We ain't the last, we're the line they lost. Alberta stands, never on its knees. A nation born in the forge of the free.
Whoa, welcome back. It's 7-Eleven Daily Summer Ears Brew Show. I am so excited to be here. My God, it has been a while. I've been out on the road doing live interviews at petitions locations, doing live interviews at Stay Free Alberta events, and I'm excited to be back in the studio. But you know what, I really love getting out and talking to people live on location, doing some interviews with families and folks that are right there, feeling the love, feeling the desire and the passion about saving their province. That really jazzes me up. I'm so excited about it. But I have a great show for you tonight. I am excited to have Chris, the minister of, what the heck is his name again? The minister of, oh gosh, what is it now? I'm having a brain fart here, Chris. I'm gonna have you on here, and then you're gonna tell me, because oh no, I got it. No, I don't have it here. Chris, I haven't got your last name here for some reason. Damn it. Okay, I'm going back here. I'm gonna figure it out because it was funny. Oh, the Ministry of Smart Archery. That's it. Chris, the Minister of Smart Archery, is here. He's going to fill us in. He's going to enlighten us on tips and tricks for door knocking for the canvassers, because we got to get out there. Of course, we're doing fantastic, and all the door knockers, all the canvassers. God bless you. I am so excited that you're out there, drumming up, getting signatures, because obviously it's really heating up here in Alberta. People are excited to get out there and sign the petition, getting us through the quagmire of taking us through to the referendum in October. You guys, what an amazing time. Anyway, Chris is going to help us out because obviously we have to get out knocking on doors to bring in more signatures because there's a lot of people on the fence, like we were talking about before we hit record. Anyway, I've got Chris coming on here in a second, so stand by. But I always want to start off by saying thank you. Thank you to local businesses. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on it, but I am not your investment advisor. Get gold and silver, protect your family's wealth. Nuggetstacker.com. You got to check them out. They're a local business right here in Calgary, and they're going to send your order. Anything over $600, they'll send it right out to your door. Anywhere in Canada. It doesn't matter if you're in Alberta or some other province. It does not matter. Anyway, protect your wealth. Nuggetstacker.com. 1-866-644-2121. All right. Let's get to it here, you guys. I appreciate you being here so much. And we're going to start unscrewing some news. I'm coming to you from the battle ready, the heart of the battle ready nation of Alberta, and we bring you truth and optimism. Our goal is to break free from the media and the globalist mind control. It is February 19th, 2026. This is episode number 265. I've got Chris, the Minister of Smart Arsery, and he shares door knocking tips for canvassers. I want to welcome him. So grateful to have you here joining us, sir. It is a pleasure to have you. I know that you're in the northern part of Alberta and coming to us live on location, northern Alberta, and some of your posts really hit home. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
No problem, Bruce. Thank you for having me on and Unscrew the News viewers. Pleasure.
It is fantastic to have you. Do you want to give us a little bit of a background why? Because I noticed on X, and this is why I reached out to you, is that you had said you had gave us some great tips. Like, I can't remember if it was 5 steps. You got to remember as a canvasser, if you're going to be going to the doors, and we're going to need to go to there, give us a little bit of a background on Chris and how you gained this knowledge, first of all, if you don't mind.
No problem. After a couple Trudeau governments, I felt the need to get involved in politics. So I volunteered for multiple elections with the Conservative Party and volunteered any which way I could. I knocked on doors for different candidates around many towns in Alberta. Thousands and thousands of doors probably at the end of it all, but I'm certainly no expert, but I understand with the situation we're in with Alberta, the importance of door knocking, because we're now at the phase where the diehards and the supporters and the people who've wanted this their whole life, they've already signed or soon will be. And if we really want to send a statement and get a million plus signatures, now we have to go into, phase 2, which is going to the people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we all have skills, we all have different abilities, and I see this is one of mine that I can share, and hopefully us together can help people.
Well, that's great. So, like I said, some of your posts I thought were fantastic, and I wanted to reach out to you because it's critical, as you mentioned, and as I mentioned too, is that we need those numbers on that petition to not just be 177,733, which is one over the number that we need to get. We need to be knocking it out of the park. We need to get 1 million, 1.5 million, so that when, and this is what I tell people, tell me what you think about it, Chris, is that if you're on the fence and you're not sure if you want to separate from, the crown and all the stuff that, you believe that the red and white flag brings you, what I say to them is that you probably can agree with me, is that we are not in a good situation as far as the Confederation with with the government of Canada and Ottawa. And this is going to send them a statement that we actually are putting our foot down and drawing a line in the sand and saying, no more. You're going to listen to us, and we're going to have some sort of clout when it comes to negotiation from now on. And this is what I tell people, is that signing the petition and getting 1.5 million signatures is going to give us that, proverbial baseball bat, essentially, right?
It's a statement.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But, another, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, not only is are the signatures important, but through me knocking on lots of doors so far, I'm noticing there's a good segment of the population that either don't understand what's going on or they don't know what's going on, or I've even talked to people who have said that they thought the government stopped it. So we don't,
right?
And then we don't have TV and radio ads and things. So we need to get out to the people. And we also have to be careful, because when you're a canvasser and on official duty, you cannot persuade people, debate people, things like that. But there are ways that you could point people in directions without doing that, right? In a fair and legal way. So hopefully we can help some people do that.
I am just scrolling through your feed. I probably should have done this before, but I was just looking for the list that you had posted. I'm going to see if I can find it here. But so you came from a political background and doing a bunch of door knocking, and that was a number of years ago. And I know that you said that you're not an expert, but a lot of people, a lot of canvassers, a lot of those people have never been involved in politics whatsoever. So there are a lot of greenies that are out there, and they're just excited, right? So this is going to, I think, offer them a bit of, I guess, foreknowledge, give them a little bit of security, right? So that they
absolutely,
yeah. So
like I'm hoping we can share this information for the betterment of people, and to keep them safe, and to maybe increase some effectiveness,
Okay, I'm looking for it, and I think that I'm pretty close, because I think that this is where you and I were communicating here. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, it was a couple of days ago, I think.
Yeah, give me a second. Just talk amongst yourselves there for a second. A couple of the things, that so much going on, and to the viewers out there, I know it's been a few days since I've done this, so I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball as far as all of the stuff that's going on. But there's so much going on these days that remind us of why we actually wanted to leave this confederation. One of them that most recently happened was this guy from Riverbend in Edmonton. What the heck was his name again? Oh, there it is. Matt Genereux.
Oh yeah,
Genereux from Edmonton, that has crossed the floor. Chris, while I'm scrolling through here, tell me what you thought of how his behavior was, if you saw that video with him and Carney.
I mean, it's legal. People have crossed over to the Conservatives too, so I mean, it's not like it's dirty and underhanded. But I mean, didn't he say he was like stepping away from politics for his family, and then months later, and then he comes back and he's like, "Oh, surprise! I'm a liberal in a riding in Edmonton that apparently historically has never been liberal." So I'm sure the people there
funny.
are very happy.
There was a lot of people. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a lot of people that are looking at his body language and the way that he was acting during that. It really looked like he was maybe over a barrel, if you know what I mean.
I
kind of looked.
Yep. Like, hey, where were you last Saturday?
Well, David Parker is throwing it out there that he's a very he has a checkered past, let's put it that way, and he may not have been faithful to his family or something like that. And maybe that's what they're holding over him. But all
Potentially.
right, I found your post, and I want to
Cool.
bring it up here. So let's so we can talk about it. Stand by here
Sure.
while I bring this up. All right, you guys. If you're a canvasser, and if you're not a canvasser, and you want to share this out with your friends that might be canvassers, I think Chris, the Minister of Smart Archery, has some great points. So I'm going to read a bit of it here, but maybe you can go through the points 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
For sure.
So this is Chris's post. It says, we are in the grind phase of signature collection. There are lots of canvassers, so there won't be huge lines. So we are entering the door knocking phase, which is a gold mine, but it comes with obstacles. I know folks may be nervous. Some of you have never done door knocking before, me included. So I offer advice. I have knocked on thousands of doors for the Conservative Party. I am no expert, but I am pretty good at it. Follow along if you like. Can you read it, Chris, or do you want me to read it?
You can if you like. I mean, I have a list in front of me here too.
Oh, do you?
Maybe,
Oh, yeah. Why don't you go ahead?
Maybe not. Yeah, like I might not be word for word with that.
That's okay.
But well, number one, folks, is safety. Okay, as we roll into 2026, I think anyone paying attention already knows that this is going to get more heated. We already see how people are treating people in the independence movement, threats, insults. When Forever Canada collected their signatures, they were basically left alone, and it's the complete opposite now. So, number one, safety is paramount. Okay, and a lot of the canvassers tend to be older folks too.
Yes.
So there's going to be safety in numbers. Go with people, even if they're not canvassers. Have them carry a flag, bring a couple friends. I stress to the public too. Maybe you don't want to be a canvasser, but you support this or want this for your family. Well, then on a Saturday, go out there. Support them, support the canvassers, sit with them at the table for an hour, walk with them as they collect signatures, because they're doing it for your family too, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're in a certain neighborhood, maybe don't carry a flag. Like, you have to think about safety because things are going to get off the rails here a little bit. So watch out for people behind you. Watch out for vehicles moving around. You know, just be aware of your surroundings. Because people are going to be heated. And it does not mean be afraid or be scared, but be aware.
Mm-hmm. Be aware of your surroundings, right?
So number one, safety. Number one, paramount. Bring people. Number two, I believe was don't waste time, but be smart. Mm-hmm. And that basically means you can look down a street. You could stand at the end of the street and see if it's worth walking down there or not. It all depends on the surroundings, the time of day, right? If it's 11 a.m. on a Tuesday, most people are probably going to be at work.
Yes.
So it's probably not optimal. So you probably would like to go dinner time or after or on weekends. But if you see a street of empty driveways, just move on to the next street.
Good point.
Unless I mentioned there, it's a neighborhood of big homes, or it tends to be more older or retired folks who tend to park in garages more. In that scenario, empty driveways, I'd still go knock on those doors.
Yeah.
But you just have to be aware of your surroundings. If you see a bunch of big pickup trucks and work trucks, oil field trucks, that's probably a good sign. That means tradespeople, oil field workers, construction workers. These people tend to be high percentage of independent supporters. So they're it's not rocket science, but
sure.
Take a look down the street, think about what time of day it is. You probably don't want to go on a Sunday around the time that a lot of Albertans go to church, right? You probably don't want to go right at dinner time.
Yeah.
Pick and choose your battles. Optimize your time. The next one was just a ring and a knock. A lot of doorbells don't work. Maybe you hit the button and the light goes on, but nothing happens inside the house. So I like to give a ring and then just a quick knock, not too hard. You don't want to pound on the door so the people think they're getting like home invaded or something, right?
Yeah, you don't want to scare them.
You know, you just want a reasonable. We're approaching people in a friendly, positive, reasonable way. So act like it, right?
Exactly.
One of the big things that I like to do that I find really actually affects people and helps the situation, it's also related to safety, is step back. Step back away from their door or off of their porch. And I don't mean 15 feet away, but you know,
Yeah.
a body length or two. And that way if things go sideways, you have an exit, you know, a safe
Yep.
way to get out of there. You're not trapped between a door and a railing or something if you're dealing with an angry person.
Right.
Right. But there's
So
also
again, know your surroundings, right?
know your surroundings, right? Knock on not only does it keep you safe, but there's also a psychological aspect too. When you're lower to the ground than somebody and they open their door and they're higher than you look less imposing.
Right.
You know, you're not crowding their door, you're not crowding them, you're not looking like a threat. I joked earlier, but people are worried about home invasions in Canada.
Mhm.
So you don't want to be a 6-foot guy, you know, creating a shadow in their door and pounding on it, right?
Right.
We're there to be friendly. So
Right. Remove the threat.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
step back and give yourself some space and don't be so imposing to maybe an older lady who's answering a door, you know?
And then you said something here, and I don't know if you were going to say it, but I'm just going to remind you, but talk to them from a short distance, then move in closer if things look
Yeah.
positive.
Yes.
That's a good point.
Obvious. Yes, and that's thanks for bringing that up. As you've stepped back, you're now, you know, a reasonable distance away, and then you do your introduction, which I think I have a little further down in the comment there, but it's basically like you're identifying yourself and you're telling the people why you were there. I would say something like, "Hello, my name is Chris. I'm an official canvasser for Elections Alberta, and we're the people that are going around collecting signatures for the referendum vote that may happen in the fall. And I was just knocking on doors and saying hello to the neighbors, and I was just wondering if anyone in here is interested in signing." And you will get a response either halfway through your introduction because they don't want to hear it, or you're going to have people agree with you, or you're going to have people say absolutely and want you to step inside.
Yeah.
So you have to really gauge the situation, right? Like, as you said earlier, it's a bunch of people who might be nervous, who haven't done this before.
Mhm.
And the reason we're doing this is that paramount is to keep them safe. So you need to talk to people from a little bit of a distance and gauge their reaction. And if it's looking positive, then move in a little closer, right? It doesn't mean go inside though, right?
Well,
If
one
you're
of the things,
feeling
I don't know if you talk about it in here, Chris, but you're kind of alluding to it anyway, but it's something that I tell people that I work with and my kids is you have to trust your gut. There's a gut
Yeah.
feeling that you have to, and especially on face to face. This is actually a fantastic way. And I know that you're a people person. You're out there. I absolutely love it, and I already mentioned it in my intro. But getting out there and seeing people face to face, I think is one of the best things about this movement is that
Mhm.
we're not forced to, but this is the engagement part of this movement is actually being closer to
Mhm.
people because they've wanted us divided. And whether
Mhm.
it doesn't matter what you believe, but over the last 5 years, they've wanted us divided. They've wanted us to, sort of be at each other's throats. And
Mhm.
And this, I think, is a great way to reconnect with your neighbors and your countrymen, right?
Absolutely. I fully agree. This movement, there are no leaders.
Hmm.
Like, you are the leader. The people watching are the leader. It's up to us. Like, no
Yeah.
one's coming to save us. You know, in a normal door knocking political campaign, they have paid staff where they text you and call you and tell you, meet me in Lloydminster, meet me in Calgary, meet me here at this place at this time. We've
Hmm.
organized a team. Okay. We don't have that. We are those people. It's up
Right.
to us. So we have no one organizing. So this is what we're trying to do here, to show folks the importance of face-to-face conversation, because it's not the internet that's going to win or lose this. It's not a politician. It's you and me and everyone else speaking to each other in person. And it's very important.
It's very important. And you mentioned, and I just want to highlight there's no leader.
Mhm,
It really does feel so organic,
mhm.
when it's everybody and we're all moving in the same direction.
It,
I don't know if I've been able to identify it. I don't know if one person has identified what the feeling or what the actual, let's say, a title of this movement really is. But to me, and tell me what you think, and if you anybody out there watching, if you have any comments, please send it, through Rumble, through YouTube, through X, whatever it is. I'd love to hear what you think. But I I think it has to do, and I keep going back to this, but the next generation, it's my kids and my kids' kids, and I know that if we don't do this today, that they're doomed. And
I,
what do you have to say about that, Chris? Yeah.
I, again, there's nothing you're saying I can't disagree with. Um, you, anyone watching this are probably people who pay attention. And
Mhm.
like me, you probably see the censorship, the forced and controlled lives, the digital ID. I mean, these are no longer conspiracy theories. These are all coming true.
Yeah.
The, the did we ever think growing up in Canada, the government would take our rights and force drugs into people, and then absolutely nothing would happen? And like multiple judges would find them to be wrong. And they're
Or
like,
the
and then they're
or the
partying with Katy Perry.
yeah, the Emergencies Act, and
Um,
forcing people into, well, in Coots, I mean, they were in jail for 3 to 4 years, and no bail, not
yeah,
even a bail hearing in the 3 years. Just
I know. And
what has happened to Canada? That's what I think is probably another part, another layer of why we're all in this together, right?
that's a whole nother show. But
Mhm.
it's I can see what I like to call, or I don't like to call it. I wish I didn't even have to talk about it, but
Yep.
I basically see a harmful future coming,
Mm.
where like it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And in 20, 30 years, 40 years, the kids, the grandkids, the government can just come in and take your rights.
Right. Well,
Like
they
we,
won't
we
even have
like,
right. They won't even have rights at that
oh,
point. I mean, if we don't do
exactly.
anything today, they
So
won't even
it's
know
either,
what's missing.
yeah,
That's another thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So it's extremely important. We all have our reasons. I have many different reasons. There's the historical wrongs against Alberta. There's the financial issues and legislation that handcuffs the province and the people. Then there's the corrupt government issues and freedom and rights. I mean, there's so many layers that, I mean, you can't even fit it. Like, and each Albertan might have 50 of their own reasons. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. What shall we continue on the list?
Yeah. Let's go on the list. We're at number 6, and if you're able to see that, that's great.
Yeah.
The audience, you can see it here, and it starts off with being honest.
Yes, we need to be honest, and we need to do our job. For any canvassers out there, you obviously your heart's in the right place, and I'm sure you've read the rules. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir here, but be honest, do your job. We're not there to persuade people or to debate. If you deal with an angry person, you thank them and you move on. You're only going to waste your time. No matter what, just be cool, be calm. That's where you're keeping your distance. As we spoke about earlier, if things aren't going well, move on. You're not going to change that person's mind. And if they whip out their phone, we don't need pictures or videos of canvassers acting foolish. That won't help any of us either, right?
Surely not.
So, what were there? Oh, yes. So you're going to get a yes or a no or an unsure. That's most of your response. Actually, 4 of them. You're going to get, I already signed. You're going to get, I don't want to talk to you. And that could vary from have a nice day to swearing at you, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a range of emotions.
Yeah.
You're going to have the people who are like, sure, come on, I'd like to sign that. And then you're going to have the folks who are unsure. And the polls are ranging, the media is going to say 30%. We're feeling more 40, 50%. What I'm seeing out there on the streets, we have a good shot of winning this.
Yeah.
But there is still that, 30% in the middle. Like you've got your diehards that'll never say yes. They're the people swearing at you on Twitter.
Yeah.
But there's that middle group, the fence sitters they call. And maybe they're informed and they're making up their mind. Maybe they don't know what's going on, as we talked about earlier, and the other reasons. So it's a great opportunity to knock on their door and to say, as an official canvasser, I can't persuade you. I can't push you in one way or the other. If you're unsure about this, there is a very important vote in Alberta this year, and it's going to affect your future, the future of your family. So I would highly suggest that you look up some information online, and I leave it at that. Nice. You're not pushing them to what information to look at, but it's okay to tell people, your life can be affected here in a major way, like later this year, and you might want to look into it. Right?
Great. That's excellent. These are excellent. These are excellent tips, by the way. I mean,
yeah, I'm just trying to help folks, and so are you. So,
and then he says, get out of there, high five your friends, and hit the next house. Yeah, that's right. I mean, move on to the next house, and keep your spirits high.
Yep.
And just keep moving on. That's great.
Good, bad, and ugly. You're going to see it all.
So you know what? Sorry to interrupt, but when I was out, and I love going out and supporting canvassers. So in my area, there was a booth set up in Crowfoot. Awesome. And I'd go out there with my big flag and I'd stand and wave it, in the street and try to get people to come in. And, there was a lot of people that were very excited about me out there, but then there was a lot of people that were very unexcited, or they were excited in a different way. And, and I laughed and I said, well, this is the greatest country in the world. This is the greatest opportunity at this point anyway, is that you can have an opinion and so can I. And you have a varying opinion, and I love that opportunity. And so I had to look at it that way, and not to get too upset about somebody giving me the finger, but you got to move on. And we'll preach to the people that are there, right?
100%. And we can't be proponents of wanting freedom and saying that other people can't say what they want within reason.
Exactly.
So you can
don't have
disagree.
To be violent, but you can disagree with me all day long. I don't care.
You can vote no. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're just going to make sure a lot of folks vote yes.
Exactly. Well, we're going to give them hopefully the information and the education on why they might want to vote yes, for sure.
Absolutely.
So you have number 7 here. Do you have that on your list too?
Yeah. And I think I had some poor spelling in there, so I'm not sure. I'll read it off of here. But one of my favorite books is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie.
Yeah.
I love reading books about psychology and people and how to get along with people, how to talk to people. Again,
Yeah.
I'm no expert, but I'm trying, right? What's the number one thing people like to talk about?
Themselves.
Bingo. So if you can get someone to talk about themselves, their grandkids, their kids' hockey team, you could
Or
ask
their
them a
dog.
question. Their dog. You could ask them a question. They could talk for 5 minutes straight, and you say nothing else, and they'll think they had the best conversation all day. Right?
Yeah.
It's true. So what I like to do is I will walk when I walk up to a house, I will observe something. And I don't mean something cheesy like nice flowers. I'll try to observe something like something cool hanging in a window. And I'm not licking their windows or pressing my body against it. It's just I'm walking up the driveway and I'm saying, hey, there's a truck on a jack. Maybe there's a guy here who likes to work on trucks.
Yeah.
Or my example I gave in there, I had a very angry lady and she cut me off halfway through my introduction. And she's like, nope, absolutely not interested, like raising her voice, right? But I had noticed a little tiny ramp that went up into her house.
Yeah.
And as she's getting angrier, I'm like, that's okay, ma'am, perfectly fine. I'm neutral. I'm just here to collect signatures. But I did notice that really cool ramp right there. Is that for a dog? And she immediately calms down. And she's like, actually, yes, for my old dog with a bad hip. And then for a couple minutes, we talked about her old dog, and she totally calmed down, and we left the interaction smiling and friendly with each other, you know.
You disarmed it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not going to stand there for 10 minutes and talk to them. Like these people, they're not my friend, and they disagree with me. But I can de-escalate the situation if I want to by observing something around their house, and it. 9 times out of 10, it works. And
that's a great skill. Yeah.
Like the once or twice you might need to really use it, you'll thank me later.
Good one, man. Okay. So, oh yeah, there it is. Okay, great. And then we have number 8.
Yeah, number 8, right along with safety. I think this is probably second most important, is don't give up. And this is not authorized by Stay Free Alberta. This is just one Albertan talking to another for the betterment of people, to hopefully give people some skills to go collect some signatures safely and have fun with your friends and a team of people. So just remember why you're doing this. You know, we all have our reasons, whatever it may be. And you're going to have bad days. You're going to have bad weeks. You're going to have people maybe swear at you, call you mean names. And you just have to remember what this is all about. You know, in other comments online, I basically look at it as like evil is always going to be there. Whatever form that takes, it's going to be in front of us. And we need to be the people between that and the people we love behind us. And that's what this is all about for many of us, if not all of us. As you said earlier, future generations. So you may think you had a bad day. You may think you had a bad week. But if you went out and talked to a bunch of people, you honed your skills and you got practice. And you got some more public speaking skills. Maybe you learned some more statistics or had things to talk to people about. And all you're doing is getting better and better, and things will get better. Just don't give up.
That's excellent. Can I add one thing that you might meet neighbors or people in your community that you've never talked to before, and you expand your relationships.
100%.
There's another win for you.
Yeah, making friends.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
This is so fantastic.
And
sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, this is going to, if we want to hit 1 million signatures, if we want to really push the numbers, we have to do this. And we need to work together so that people feel safe, motivated, and want to do it. Because of the importance of it all.
I'm just going to go down here. You had another part in here. I did get
Yeah,
questions from canvassers from my above tweet. The main
yeah,
question being, who is organizing the door knocking? I answer below. So I'm going to pull this one up here.
yeah. That's the
Uh,
most asked question I've had.
do you want to answer this, or do you want me to read it?
I can quickly answer it. I don't care. You can
Sure.
read it. Sure, so good, sir.
Go ahead.
I've had a bunch of canvassers contact me, and
Mhm.
their biggest question is who is organizing on the ground. And as we talked about earlier, there is no political party texting us. There is
Mhm.
no politician showing up to a steakhouse for a meeting. It's up to us. So who's organizing on the ground? You are, I am, we are. There are no leaders. You're the leader. All the people doing pop-ups, all the people standing outside, all the people doing whatever they can, making podcasts. Um, you're the leaders, and you're leading right
Flying a
now, and we
flag.
need more.
Yeah,
Pardon me?
flying a
Flying the
flag.
flag,
Talk to
showing
your
your pride,
neighbors. Yeah.
talking, yeah, 100%. So at the very bottom, I gave one last little tip, which is basically get organized, talk to your team leads, talk to your area leaders. Um, Tell them you want to organize on a weekend. Get a group of people together. If you get 9 people, maybe break up into 3 teams of 3.
Right.
Print off maps of your town or city. Everyone add it to your clipboard. When you hit a street, highlight it. You know, you're all going to be in different quadrants, different areas. So you want to make sure that you're being effective and you're not duplicating someone else's work. So afterwards, meet up at a Tim Hortons or wherever you're going to go and copy all the streets onto your own map that other people did. And
Yeah.
within a short amount of time, you're going to fill up that map and hit all those houses. Another good thing too is no, that's about
This
it for that one.
this this is great information. And I'm going to throw a couple names out there, but
Yep.
Sheldon Yakachuk, if you guys know him from
Yep.
Yak Stack, he was canvassing, or he was running for a ward councillor here in Calgary, and
Mm,
I met up with him a number of times, and he'd show me his maps. If you want some tips, reach out to him. I'm sure that he'd be happy to help you organize your teams and get out there if you're in the Calgary area, or even if you are in anywhere in Alberta. I'm sure somebody like that would be happy to help you with that. But if you haven't already figured it out yourself, do it yourself. There's a lot of skills to be learned in figuring this stuff out. And Chris has given us some great information to go on and be happy, safe, and effective canvassers. So good on you, man.
thank you. Thanks for having me
Yeah,
on.
I appreciate it. Anything else you want to say
Well,
in regard to what's going on? Do we get more from you? Is there anything else that people should
um,
watch out for?
this is other than working, this is my focus for the foreseeable future for now, like many of you.
Hmm.
Um, I'm hoping that things like this, we can push out information. I'm loving that canvassers are sharing information. What's the best way to do pop-up locations? Where are the best
Oh
places
yeah,
to set up? Like we're creating a network and we
yeah,
are sharing effective information and we're all learning from each other and we're trying to add to that now. And boy, would it ever be nice if we could help 100 or 500 or incredibly, like imagine 1,000 people, get some motivation, get a few skills to go out there and get 5, 10, 20 signatures. What a wonderful effect that would be. And I'm just proud to be a part of it. And let's go.
All right. So Chris said it. You guys said it best. If you watched it, you got some information. I think that there's great information here. So share it out. Get some more eyeballs on this. send it out to Facebook and Instagram and all of the socials, whatever you need to do. I'm going to break this up into maybe some smaller parts so that we can easily share it out. Maybe throw it on the TikTok. I don't know where you want to put it, but get it out to the people so that they can arm themselves with this information. Obviously, this is not a battle, but it is, we are in the information. I don't know if it's an information war, but we definitely have to push against the mainstream media that doesn't want us to succeed.
No.
And so you have to know that. And when you get somebody that's a CBC watcher or a CTV watcher, and they have the brainwashing, you have to understand that they're a bit behind, and maybe you can get them information that they might be able to turn around, but don't spend your time on it.
It's not worth it.
No.
Focus on the positive. Focus on meeting people. Focus on getting organized. Focus on being happy. Focus on standing up for your family and good things. It's a wonderful time to be alive.
It really is. Chris and I talked about this before we hit record, and this makes me feel so alive. This mission, and it gives me purpose. And I know that there's a lot of people like my friend Chris here. This really does give us purpose and meaning. So get out there and do your job. Yeah.
100%. Share it out, folks. If we can help you, contact each other. Let's make it happen.
And I'm totally available if anybody has any questions. And if you have a question for Chris, you reach out to me. I'll make sure that he gets the question. Oh, a couple of things. I'm just going to mention this because Chris, we talked about this before. I'm going to bring this up here. We're going to do this quickly and share this in case you want to find Chris. He is he's also a podcaster. And he's got the Out of Control show on YouTube. And I know he said it's on a number of different platforms, Rumble. And I know he said it was on
Spotify.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, Spotify as well.
Yeah.
But Chris, sorry, go ahead.
We're just a couple buddies having fun on that podcast, talking about all kinds of wild and out of control things.
Well, I appreciate all of your efforts, sir. It has been an immense pleasure to me, and I know that the audience, when they share this out there, they're going to get a massive injection of positivity, and
awesome.
They're going to get strength and an ability from listening to this podcast. So I appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
God bless you, sir. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll just say goodbye to the audience if you don't mind sticking around.
100%.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to share this out. Get this out to more eyeballs. We have got to wake up more Albertans and Canadians to our mission. So, as I always say, let's stay sane together. Keep your head on a swivel. This is Bruce, and I'm out of here. Thank you so much for watching Unscrew the News. I appreciate your participation in freedom in Canada. Share this information and help others to wake up. God bless.